Hey YouTube, it's your girl here, Tammi C the owner of Dreams Are a Reality. Of course, I created this channel to provide light and love. How you doing out there? Things are good here, doing the self-work on myself, doing the self-love and all the choosing that I can do on me. Before I get started, if you like this type of content, please be so kind as to hit the subscribe button and hit that like button. It's really important to help get my videos and podcasts out to other people. I really appreciate that. So, how to choose yourself. What in the world am I talking about? In this life, some of us, we are waiting to be chosen by the job, by our parents, by our siblings, by our family members. You already know you're waiting to be chosen by the one you love, your specific person, your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, even the one that you are crushing on. We are waiting on them to choose us. But before we can be chosen, we need to always choose ourselves. So what am I talking about? It means putting yourself first. If you choose you, you're not going to be worried about somebody else choosing you because you're already chosen. Only thing they can do is get in line. That goes with all relationships, even with a job. So this is a technique I use with a job. If I'm applying for a job, I never set my eye on one job. Pretty much I'm going to do 10. I'm going to apply for 10 jobs. This is when I'm really, maybe, I hate to use the word desperate, but I'm in a jam. I'm in a job that's toxic. I really got to get out of there. So instead of hitting one job or 5, I double it to 10. So pretty much, as long as my energy is right and, everything goes good, I get calls from multiple people. So that way I get to choose who I want to work for. You always want to be in control. You don't sit back and shiver and wait. I really needed that job. I know people that get so upset. They have their eyes locked and loaded on one position, and when they don't get it, they're depressed. I don't, because I always feel like I'm being blocked from that position for a reason. Probably a toxic manager hanging out over there. They're not telling you the truth. They'll sell you a pipe dream, and then once you get at these companies, you got the job or the work of 2 people. So rejection sometimes is protection. So I don't hang my hat on one job, one house, one car, one man. Sometimes I do a little bit. Not really though. I do, but I don't. We're going to get back to that. But you choose you. You already know. With my skills, with my education, with my experience, I am beyond worthy of this position. I'm going to apply for 10, 20 jobs. And that way I'll have multiple choices. But before I even apply, I choose me because I know what I bring to the table. When you know who you are, whose you are, and how you are, you don't have that self-doubt. Self-doubt comes from people who have not done the work on themselves. They're not sure of themselves. They lack confidence in all facets of life. If you lack confidence, people are going to run over you. Okay? So getting back to choosing that one man, I'm just not that type that date around and all that other stuff. But we do have to stop doing that. You want to give yourself the best match. And these sweethearts out there that is like me, I know I'm a sweetheart. I have a big heart. And, I'm a pretty straight up girl. I don't play no games. But life is a big game. And I know if you like me, I don't play no games. Excuse my voice. Excuse me, you are. If I don't play any games, but when you enter the world, you are already in the game of life. So it's not about outdoing somebody, but it's about self-preservation. So maybe if you are out there dating, have more than one guy or one lady that you're dating until you find or get to that good match. Sometimes we set our heart on one person and they may let us down. That could happen anyway after marriage, but that's neither here nor there. But when you're out there dating, try to date multiple people. That way you can get the best match for you. Okay? So why is choosing you so powerful? If you choose you, you're not sitting there shaking, waiting to be chosen. I choose me. What is something I do to choose me? Yesterday, 10-minute meditation. Today, 10-minute affirmation. I've been anxious about a situation and I could feel the negative thoughts trying to creep in. I'm like, here we go. So let me tell you about this thing called positivity, the law of attraction, all that praying. It don't matter, all that good stuff. If you are anxious or if you battle with your mind, then it's going to keep coming back. Because I was naive, because in 06, 07, I figured it out after reading The Power of Positive Thinking, studying my Bible, Prayers That Avail Much. I thought I broke the code. I was like, okay, I'm not going to get tripped up again. I'm positive. I figured out how to stay on this kind of happy trail. But guess what? It happened again in 2019 where I kind of went down a rabbit hole, because we not perfect, we flawed, we human, and all of us have something that can trip us up. Some people is shopping, some people overeat, some people have a lot of sex with a lot of people, some people are drinkers, some people do drugs, some people drink and do drugs and have a lot of sex. We all have, all of us have weaknesses. Some people overwork. They make their work everything, and they're doing that to hide from other shit. That's what I'm saying. All of us, we got something that we battling with. So sometimes we try to come off perfect, but I know you like me. I can see straight through people. None of us perfect. God knows I am like so flawed. You are. It is not even like remotely funny. I got some good qualities. I know I do. But I got some stuff that I have to stay on top of. I'm going down a rabbit hole. My dad was an alcoholic, and I'm not a big drinker, but I know it's in my mind some days, okay? I'm going to give you a great example. I might have a long day at school, which this week was a rough week with the kids. They're almost done, and it just seems like everybody over it, and it's a lot of weird stuff happening. Normal. It happens around the end of the year, school year. So I have to deal with that during the day. Overall, it's okay for me, but I can see what the teachers are going through. My students are coming to me in tears. So it's a lot. It's the job I picked as a social worker, as a counselor. Okay, so I do that. Monday, I came home. I can't remember Monday. I can't remember Monday because it's Saturday. But I was exhausted. So I had 3 more clients, that evening. That's a long day. Hey, that's a good evening for a nice drink of wine. I mostly drink wine. Then I have my other little drinks here and there. But I don't do that because I could see myself going into this trend of go to work, get on the computer after work, have my clients, wine. This is how people start these habits. I can't. My dad was an alcoholic, and all his brothers. So I don't want to pick up bad habits like that. So I have to be cognizant of these bad habits that I could, end up doing. So I'm mentioning that just to show you, my thing is not drinking. Pardon me, you all. My thing is not drugs, I should have said, or my thing is not having sex with multiple guys or shopping and all that other stuff. So I know that is one area that if I started this bad habit, that might be the one that could get me. All of us have something. All of us. I don't care who you think you are. Talk to different people. They have something that's their Achilles heel. So choose yourself by having good habits. Choose yourself by making yourself accountable. Choose yourself by keeping it real with yourself. Choose yourself by, getting a pedicure and a manicure. Those are things that can help you. Now, when you say self-love, that's not what self-love is, getting a pedicure and a manicure. But choosing yourself means pampering yourself and being kind to yourself. It's so many things. A brisk walk, getting an adult coloring book, coloring with your small child, coloring with your nieces, your nephews, walking your dog, rubbing your dog. That's so therapeutic to have a pet. Going to a library, just read some self-help books or whatever books you like, mystery books. Calling up a friend, having a cup of coffee, having a glass of wine, a meal. These are choosing yourself. Sometimes you gotta do stuff by yourself. You can't depend on others. This is where we get depressed and down. They didn't choose me. I've been waiting on him. You better get in that car and go driving. Don't wait on nobody to provide happiness for you or choose you. They're not going to choose you sometimes. People are selfish. They are stressed out. They're trying to take care of their kids. They're trying to take care of their parents. They in relationships and they don't have time for you. They do, but they're not making time for you. So you make time for you by putting yourself high up. Not arrogant, not conceited, but choosing yourself. And once you do that, you will start to feel empowered. I had to do it these last 2 days. Oh, I was headed down that rabbit hole. Trust and believe. I was having some weird thoughts last night. I woke up. It's like my throat was scratchy, and I was still kind of feeling a little disappointed over something. And honey, baby, pop, pop, here they go. My earbuds in my ears they go, and I'm about to do me some affirmations. Lies they tell. I'm not going to feel sorry for myself because it's nothing to feel sorry over, because Tammi chose herself by doing that meditation. Tammi chose herself by doing those affirmations. And now I'm feeling inspired and happy. I got clients to tend to, and I never want to get in front of my clients acting like I'm perfect and I'm just there to help them. I struggle with stuff because I'm human and flawed. That's why I became a therapist. I deal with depression. I deal with anxiety. Who can help somebody better than somebody that's been through it? Choose yourself. Exercise. Go for a brisk walk. Journal. I don't care if you got to do 7 things. I have to do a lot. Pray. Journal. Meditate. Exercise. Affirmations. I know I'm leaving something out. Positive books. So I have to look at sermons on YouTube. I'm just listening to a book now on YouTube. And so I do like 6, 7, 8 things to keep this frame of mind going good. And I still be messing up, you all. I still mess up. And I'm going to mess up until I leave this earth because I'm human, just like you. Don't anchor your hope in no man. Don't anchor your hope in no woman. Do not anchor your hope in your kids, because once them kids grow up, sometimes they won't even call you. You know how you were at 20, 19, 18. We were smelling ourselves. We didn't think about no parents. We trying to get out there in that world and see what we can see. It's not personal. None of this stuff is personal. And that's what my friend, you take it personal. Yeah, I do. Because I pour into my students at school. I pour into my clients. I pour into the one I love. I pour into my friends and family. But that shit don't get distributed back to me sometimes. And I'm just being honest. It don't. It don't. So stop. I remember one time I was with this guy. And I guess I was, sometimes it's hard to say if you're in love or in lust. I really had deep feelings for him, and we had an okay relationship. But he started pulling back. He was still, to me, he was still in love with his ex-girlfriend. I could just tell. So I was just, here we go with the anxiousness, and I'm trying to make it work. So I told his sister, I'm good to him. I'm next to him. I'm proclaiming the greatness that I possess. And she said, well, and I said, but he don't show it back. She said, stop. Now his sister loved him. She called him a pretty boy. I didn't think he was a pretty boy. Good looking guy, but pretty boy is like next level to me. In any way and anyhow, she could feel any way she want. That's her brother, so she deserved to feel like that. But anyway, she told me to stop what I was doing. And when she said that, I just paused now. One thing that'll snap me out of a snafu is when I get embarrassed. I hate being embarrassed. I hate being called to the carpet. So when I'm called to the carpet, I will pause all bad actions just so I can look correct, because I like to be embarrassed. And when she said that, I was like, she had never been truer in her whole entire life. I cut it off. No, don't call him no more. I just let it go. Some kind of way, I just let it go. And eventually, it just fizzled out. But don't overdo it with somebody who's not overdoing it for you. Don't make them a priority when they're making you an afterthought. People can do better. They can do better, but we're not calling them to the carpet, and we're not giving them nothing to do better over. We just being so sweet and nice and accommodating and available. When you choose yourself, you can't be available because you're too busy doing stuff for you. I talk to God, and I'll be like, now God, what you doing? What you up to? And I really don't know in my life. I have a desire to be remarried. I'm not going to run out and just marry any old guy. I just want to be picked, be chosen by the one that's a good match for me. And it may mean it's some lonely nights, you all. It's some quiet times in my apartment. It's a lot of self-reflection. I reflect so much. It's just insane, And It's an interesting time in my life. It's not bad, but it's interesting. That's the word I'm gonna use. And sometimes I talk to God and say, "Now, what you doing, God? Because I'm so confused. I really am confused about the state of this singleness I'm in. But this is what always helps me. He has never left, He has never forsaken me, and He never put me on a path that was incorrect. So, somewhere in this abyss, He's in here and He's working it all out. And I just have to trust and believe that, even when I don't see it. This is faith. That's where faith comes in. Choose yourself, you all. Don't let this world trip you up and get you all anxious and down and out. Because a lot of times we down and depressed over a lack of a job, which is a good reason, or not having a relationship or whatever our thing is. And, it's just not worth it. Raise your vibrations as much as you can. And when you feel yourself getting down in the dumps, go to your tools. You got to have some tools. They don't have to be what I do, but have you at least a list of 5 to 10 things that you do when you feel yourself going down that rabbit hole. And don't let it be alcohol and drugs. That is not going to help you. It's going to destroy your mind, body, and your soul. And if you can't help yourself with using those things, that's where you solicit help. Don't ever be ashamed of AA. Don't ever be ashamed of SA, Substance. Isn't it called Substance Anonymous? Lord Jesus. I think it is, y'all. But it's out there to help you. If you feel suicidal, we have the suicide number. And I do believe, God, don't let me give you it wrong, I think it's pound 988 if I'm not mistaken. So utilize that. You can even do chat with them. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed when you need support. Ever, never, ever. Okay, you all, I'm going to get on out of here and start with my clients shortly. You all have a beautiful day. I hope something I said helped you. Hit that like, hit subscribe. Thank you for your support. God bless you. Bye.